There you go.
That's it.
Awesome. Yeah, brilliant.
There we go. Almost the weekend.
Yay. And it's a bank holiday.
I know. Lovely
Yeah, a
weather
great one.
next week.
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so.
All right, we'll just wait a few moments longer. Suppose we could get started, couldn't we?
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. 1 o'clock. Hi guys, it's John here from Xpos. I've got my colleague Jules on the session with me today.
Hi, hello.
Today's. Oh, sorry, Jules. Do a proper
Hello.
introduction.
Yeah, it's just hello. I'm Jules. I'm the marketing manager at Xpos.
Sorry, Jules. I couldn't see your face and I didn't see your voice, your face. Yeah, so we're going to take you through this week, guys. This session is going to be all around time-saving features in Xpos. So this is going to be, first of all, we're going to look at Zap Pro, the mobile stock app to stock in your deliveries and stock taking. Going to have a quick look at that. Then we're going to look at your Speedy statements, so quick ways of sending out statements to your customers. Then we're going to take a look at quick keys, the new quick keys features in Xpos Cloud that we've updated recently. A little bit of best practice there, how to customize as well your quick keys. Then we're going to take a look at a new feature we added in a few weeks back, which was copy a product. So I'll explain about that a little bit later. And then finally, we're going to look at how best to manage any returns. So customer refunds, returns, how best to manage them in the simplest, quickest way in your system. Before further ado, without any further ado, I'm going to take you first of all through the stock app. So if I'm just going to share my screen a moment here. So if anyone's not already aware, Zap Pro is the stock app for Xpos Cloud. So this working in tandem with your Bluetooth scanner, as I've got here with my phone, you'll be able to remotely book in your deliveries into Xpos. So what I mean by that is you don't have to carry every single item to your cash desk. So you've got some large bags or some electric trolleys, carry them to the cash desk to stock them in. Or it might just be that you've got a really busy day on, someone's busy on the till, a second member of staff delivery turns up, could be stocking those items in somewhere else, maybe out in the storeroom or out the way. So I've actually got my phone app open, so I'll just pop my screen on here. So when you're logged into Zap Pro, the screen should look a bit like mine here. And we're just going to look at so it said speedy time savers. We're going to look at a speedy way, quick way of stocking in your deliveries today. So stock in. Now, at this point, I'm just going to zap a barcode. I've actually got some golf balls here today. Here we go. I've got my tricks and golf balls. Now, to stock in, I've got 10 dozen of these. I'm just going to tap on the screen, change my quantity. Obviously, if your prices were different, you can change the prices by selecting cost price or sale price as well, and you'll be able to see your margin. Now, any extra products, you would simply just zap the next item. So I just got some more golf balls. This time I've actually just scanned a sleeve of these balls. So I'm just going to pop in, and just pop in how many sleeves I've got here. And there we go. One thing to mention, if you have items, so these items are all from a supplier, Shrixton. If you do have any items from that supplier and they don't have barcodes, don't need to worry. As long as that item has been in your database in the past, you can tap select product like so, and you can actually scroll through the list of products in that supplier. So a typical one here is the Shrixton Divide ball, the single ball. They've turned up for me in a big bucket of mixed balls with no barcode as such. So I'm just going to manually select and put in 100 balls here today. There we go. So that's a really simple, quick way of scanning. I'm now going to tap review. On the review screen, I'll see a subtotal of everything I've scanned. You can, if you want to, tap on an item and edit it from here if you believe that maybe that item was you've put in the wrong quantity or you need to update some prices. At this point though, we're just going to tap details. Now you can put in at the top here a little invoice number if you want, little reference to the delivery. Some people like doing that, but I am just going to tap finish. And that is how you stock a delivery in. So if we now go to my Xpos system and we go to stock control, we should hopefully see a delivery today from Shrixton. And I'll just to show you guys here, that's the items there that I've just stocked in. So nice and quick way for your deliveries to be booked in. As I said, it's nice and remote. It saves, sort of keeps the cash desk free, you know, the till area. There is obviously, which we'll go through on another day, stock taking. There is a stock taking function on the phone as well. But I think stocking in is a no-brainer really to be booking, I would say 99% of your deliveries in using the phone. Just one thing, when you've got your deliveries booked in, you can obviously, like any stock, you can print labels, and that would allow you then to just print off labels for the items. For me, really, it's pricing is probably the key one, just so all your items are priced up. Ultimately, price sells, I think, in any shop environment. So especially golf shops is really important. I think get your products labeled up for pricing. Next, we're going to go through then a little bit of a change on this one is Speedy statement. So what do I mean by that? So if we go to our customer screen, so at the moment in the sales screen or the customer screen, you can send a one-off statement to a customer by selecting any customer and you can click send statement. Your statement sort of template will pop up. I've customized mine by adding a photo on mine. And at this point, I could select what date range I want to send the statement for, and then simply just tap send statement, which should fire off a statement to that customer. It might be, though, that you want to send statements out in bulk. So how do you do that? So if we go over to our open filters, now you've got a couple of options. There's lots of different filters here. I'm going to keep this quite simple. First of all, I want to send a statement to every customer that has over £100 credit. So in this first box here, I put in 100, press apply. Now we should see all my customers here have all got over £100 or more on their account. I'm going to select all of my customers. I mean, I may want to say take out any competition accounts or anything like that, but I've just obviously on mine, I've just unticked, as you can see. Tap send. Now in here, you can customize your message. So it might be here that I want to tailor this and say, you know, dear member, here's your account attached for the past month. Your account has currently got good credit. We've got some great offers in the pro shop. I think that's a really nice little way subtly of sort of, you know, reminding people they have got credit. Some people use their accounts for saving and, you know, obviously it's good to try and sort of get them to encourage them to spend. So you might want to use it for that. When you do tap send, just to let you know, you will get a message to say how many statements were emailed and how many you tried to email. So obviously the 10 here in my system, that's because I've got 10 customers without email addresses, though 2 that got sent did actually have email addresses. So you've got a nice little reminder to tell you how many are successfully sent, which I think is quite important. Just finally on the next one here is what do you do for customers that are in debit? So maybe more importantly, you want to chase your members who owe you money. So same open filters. This time I'm going to put in minus, tell you what, I'll just go £10 today. And you can see I've got a bunch of customers here. Maybe don't want to do my club account or something, or this one here. And again, send statement. This time I may want to change the title to something like payment reminder. And again, you could put in a little bit of a message to your members about maybe that their account's in arrears. You'd be grateful if they pop in or something. And again, it might be a few members pop in that didn't know they owed the pro shop money, and those members haven't been playing for a little bit and kind of pop in and pay them pro shop. And there we go. So that's just a little bit about your statements. Hopefully some nice little quick ways there of sending out statements, a little bit of saving time by being able to send them out in bulk, I think would sort of help the pro shop. Next, we're going to change tact and have a look at quick keys. So I'm just going to pop in, I'll use one of our time savers to search for this, which obviously our universal search at the top here. So I'm just going to pop in, go quick products. And so in your quick products then, so first of all to mention is quick products. You can see I've got my quick products on the screen here. So to add a quick product, so I want to add an item in, you just press this plus symbol. And you can either use the search sort of group search through here through Golf Shop, or you can actually search. So I'm going to actually just search for a logo product today. And I want to put on a logo pitchfork. So I'm just going to tap on that product, and you can see here that the product's appeared. You can move your products around. So you can see there, I just clicked on it, dragged and dropped. If you've got touchscreen, hold your finger and drop. You can customize, so you can change the name of that product on the sales screen. It won't change the whole product name, but it will just update the name on the actual quick product screen in Xpos. You can change the text color. As you can see, some of these are different colors. You can change the background color, like so. Or you can, if you've maybe put an item in sort of and you don't want it anymore, you can bin the item. I've added all my items here at the moment. These are all sort of single items, I suppose you'd call it. But you can see here I've got a green fee tab. So it might be that you, for green fees and lessons, you don't want 12 green fees or lessons on the screen, but you want to put in just one button that then is a shortcut to those 12 green fees. So to do that, I'm going to do that for my lessons. So let's go in here and I'm going to go this time to golf shop and let's look for lessons. Oops, I've just hidden the screen. Fantastic. Click on lessons. So I've got just 3 lessons. Save having those all as quick keys. I'm going to add lessons down the bottom here. That means now that the button lessons is actually added as a quick key. So I'm going to actually just pop it up here next to the green fees. Let's go for a different color here. A bit bright, but there we go. So that's your quick keys. I'm just going to now press save. And if we go into my sales screen, here's the quick products that I created. So as I mentioned earlier, that obviously the green fees and lessons, just to show you what that would look like. If we clicked on lessons, I'd be able to just pick which lesson I wanted to sell. Likewise with the green fees, hopefully got a bunch of green fees in here. We can just pick the one you want. Obviously for your other items, you can just select them, pops them straight into the sales screen. Just get out of that one. The next function we're going to look at then is copy a product. So what do I mean by copy a product? So let's go to the product screen and I'll explain. So it might be that you've got items in your system, like, again, probably more service items, but green fees, lessons, hire items, where you've got an additional item to add. So rather than create that item by adding a product up here and put in every single detail in from scratch, what you can actually do is copy an existing product. That means then that you only really need to change the name and the price of that item, if it's a different price, obviously. So I'll give you an example. I want to copy, maybe add a new green fee sort of rating. So if I just look for, going to have a look here. So I've got an 18-hole midweek rate. I want to add an 18-hole weekend rate to my green fees. So I'm going to select the midweek, copy product, which is this button here. We'll see the name now, copy. So this is our second item, and I'm just going to now change the name to weekend, and then pop my price in, just put my weekend price in down the bottom. We can see, obviously, because I've copied it, we've got my brand, my subgroup, and 0 stock, 0 cost. So it just saved me, making an error by accidentally not ticking 0 cost or stock or putting it into the wrong brand. Even just simple things like uppercase wording. Some people kind of, maybe if you put it in all lowercase, it just doesn't sit as nice in the system, so everything's nice and consistent. You'll be able to see now I've got midweek and weekend, so I've got a duplicate, basically copy product. And the final time saver this week then we're going to look at is how to manage your customer returns. So how do you deal with kind of customers bringing products back into the shop for a refund? What's the simplest way to kind of do that? So typically, I would say we've added a feature recently, which is reverse sale reversal. So I'll give you an example for this one. So I had a customer come in today. They've bought some products. They've changed their mind. They've handed me the receipt. On the receipt, we'll have a receipt number. Also, if they didn't have a receipt, you can go onto the customer's account and you'll be able to find the transaction number. From that, you'll be able to pop in the transaction number into the box here. I'm just going to pop the number in. And you find the receipt. You'll select the sale and you'll see a reverse sale button here. So if I select that button and pick the staff member who's doing the function, what you'll notice now is that you'll see the customer's name appear. All the items that they purchased will all be in a return function. Now, at this point, if they were taking different items instead, you would be able to scan the items or select the items. But if it was the case that the customer was just wanting a straightforward refund, you would press pay. We do get our message to ask, are the items going suitable for resale? If the items are faulty, at that point, you would say no. Now at this point, I'm just going to select a refund method, and the original sale was actually debited on the shop account. So I'm going to choose shop account for this one as a refund. So that's how you do, I would say, the quicker way of how to deal with customer returns, where somebody comes in with a receipt and, or you find on their account where they've bought something. Just from that, how do you deal with customers who maybe bring something back that haven't got a receipt? Just show you that one. So a customer has bought an item, say, I'm just going to select an item here, actually, just a towel. They bring that back for a refund. They didn't have a receipt. It's not, you can't find the transaction. Scan the item in the sales screen. First of all, I would make sure how much they paid for the item. So maybe possibly check their account to see how much they paid on their account at that point. And then you've now got this little refund button at the top bottom of the screen. And obviously you can see now that item's gone into a minus, so that's returned. If it was a different price, you can edit and change the price in here, but I'm happy that this is the correct price. Press pay, and now I'm just going to select a refund method for this sale. And that is, as you've seen, I've whizzed through this one today, but it shows you how quick all of these, probably me talking faster today, but how quick a lot of these functions are. I know we haven't, obviously I would say if you've got any questions, but just yourself, I think, Jules, and but have you got any questions there from any of the topics that we've kind of just whizzed through this morning?
Well, I have, because I've got three sort of questions
Good.
that come up time and time again that our support team have passed on. The first one is back to Zapro. First two are on Zapro, the app, the stocking in app. So if you've got two people stocking in, so one's at the till and one's on the shop floor, can you stock in different suppliers?
Yeah, so two different. Yeah, so that's a good. Thanks, Jules. It's yeah. So if you've got three different people on different apps at the same time, or somebody on the app and someone using Xpos, you can both stock in separate suppliers at the same time. It's what we're saying is that you can only, if somebody is doing a delivery on their own, they can only stock as soon as you scan an item from, say, Callaway, you can only stock items on that delivery from Callaway. But if I was doing Callaway Jules, yes, you could do TaylorMade or Ping at the same time. The one thing I would say with them is obviously we with the Bluetooth scanners that obviously we've shipped out. If anyone does think they'd want another scanner, we do sell sort of the scanners from obviously the sales team. So let us know, myself or Jules or the sales guys. They're pretty cheap, to be fair. So it is always handy to have a couple for shops who do have regular deliveries or are really keen to keep on top of stock taking. I definitely recommend having more than one scanner in the shop. But
I agree. Okay, and still on stocking in, what happens if you have a product without a barcode? How do you stock it in? I think you may have touched on this.
yes, obviously in the app I went through. I haven't got my screen share now, but in the app, you can search for product. So that once you, again, if you haven't booked anything in yet, when you go onto the app and press search product, it'll show every single item in your whole stock database, believe it or not. But as soon as you've scanned an item from a supplier, it'll only show you the products from that supplier. So it does narrow it down a bit. If though the item isn't in Xcodes, then a couple of bits for you. If it's got no barcode, but you think it, it's a product that I believe is in the system, you can go into settings. Then if you come in here to products, and we're going to go to import from Xcodes, you've got a little search here. So if I type in, I'll give you an example, AI smoke. What will happen now is you'll get the data of all the AI smokes in the database. So it might be that we want to have something, actually, let's have a look at drivers men's. And anything with a tick means that these items are already in my system, but it might be that that one there, I've never stocked in before. It's turned up from the supplier without a barcode. So you could actually just import it. Now, if I go to products, type in AI smoke, and then we can see then we've got all my items. So that one there that I just imported, nice, really quick little way there. I can actually just press stock in from this screen if I wanted to. And in a moment it'll just load up and I can go, right, yeah, it's the 10.5. I've actually had one of those turn up today. And what have I got? I've got one of the 12s. Check the prices, complete. And that literally took me no time at all.
Good. I noticed a good healthy margin there as well, John.
There we are.
And the last question on to quick keys, if that's okay. Is there a recommended number? I mean, obviously, quick keys are there to save you time. They're your favorite items, aren't they? The items that you maybe go to the most. But is there a recommended number? I mean, I assume you can have too many. It just gets a bit silly, can you?
No, yeah. So in version 2 of Xpos, you generally, I think it was around about 12 a page, which, as you can see, I've pretty much got that on here really. After you had 12, it would actually flip to page 2 and page 3, and I always found that a little bit, it kind of no longer quick anymore. In the cloud system, what you'll have is once you have so many on the screen, it'll have a scroll bar down the right hand side. So to be fair, I haven't seen the maximum number, but I would say, 50, 60s, you're going to get them all on the screen. The idea is the more you add, the slightly smaller the button gets. So I would say, once you start getting over 40 or 50, the potential, as you mentioned, they're probably not quick anymore. But yeah, there's no set number as such, because you can kind of tailor the screen, move it all around, and the search bar and the making the buttons smaller as they get added to. But yeah, you can fit a lot more in. It's just, I would probably use the colors to kind of differentiate between, as I've done. My vouchers one color, green fee lessons. I've kind of, it's easier to spot things. If you start going crazy and you've got lots of multicolored patterns going on, a bit of technicolor there, it might cause a bit of confusion rather than making them quick.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's it. That's good, John. That's really clear. Thank you. And that's all for the questions from our support team. Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. Well, thanks guys for joining us this week. For anyone obviously watching recordings, we do save all the sessions on your sort of cloud system. So just as a little reference, if you go to your home screen, top right up here, click on the arrow, and you'll see under the Friday freebies. So we'll get the last couple of weeks up here now in a shortly. From here as well, you've got the little chat button here to our support team, and then obviously down different parts of our system, you've got all our videos and everything. So make use of those, please. We really do appreciate people looking at videos and watching the Friday freebies, because ultimately they're hopefully there to give you guys some assistance. But get in contact with myself or Jules if you've got any further questions from any of the points that we've gone through today. And have a great weekend and great week.
Fabulous. Thank you. Thanks, John. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.